Hey everybody! Now, I was thinking over the past few weeks and I believe that the game could greatly benefit from 3 little changes. It doesn't involve a lot of major coding or a huge update, so it wouldn't be a lot of work to make any of this actually happen. So, here are 3 little suggestions that, in my humble opinion, would make the game much more enjoyable. The first point has got to do with people who use third-party software to get a crosshair or dot in the middle of their screens. This is obviously not intended, otherwise the developers would have given us an option to activate a crosshair in the options. This is especially a problem in Scum because the weapons in hip-firing mode are very accurate. I have activated the bullet trajectories here, so we can have a closer look at this. The target in front of us is roughly the size of a player model, so you get the idea. Most of the bullets have hit the target spot on. Let's try that again. In order to get the middle of your screen, you can lower your weapon, which will bring forward a little white dot. You can use that. And again. Most of the bullets have hit the target. That is obviously a very huge advantage for people who are using third-party software that projects something in the middle of their screen. Now, my idea of mitigating this is to make the weapons behave a little bit differently in hipfire mode. Simply increase the spread and make it way more inaccurate. As you can see here, roughly 50% of the bullets have missed the target. You can obviously increase that to your heart's content. By making a change like that, you would reward the players who are making use of the ADS view. They would be able to end an engagement way faster than the hip-firing person could, crosshair or not. And thus coming out on top. I don't know how hard it would be to implement such a thing, but I feel that this is the most simple and effective way to make people play the game as it was meant to be played. Alright, so if you're a server owner or an admin on a server where people using such an advantage are not very welcome, and if you're asking yourself if there's a method how you could find out if a person is using a crosshair or something like that, well, there kind of is. What you have to do is spectate the person and their engagements for a little bit. If you do not see a motion like this here, see, when I'm switching to the ADS view, you can actually see the character raising their arms a little bit like this. If you do not see that, it is very likely that the person in question is only hip firing. And it's very likely that the person is probably using some kind of crosshair dot or whatever. Okay, onwards to the next point. The next thing has got to do with base building, or rather the balance between base building and raiding. The way base building works is you place foundations, and on top of the foundations you place everything else like walls, furniture, wardrobes, beds, you name it. People have to invest a lot of time to not only build their base, but also upgrade their parts. You can especially feel that when you reach level 4 and 5 of your base. When you compare that to the time it takes people to acquire a necessary amount of explosives to blow up a couple of base parts, it doesn't really add up. And there's a simple reason for that. So here we go, I got some C4s on me, and let me place one here on the foundation. Now most of you people will already know what's going to happen, but I'm going to demonstrate that regardless. So what happens when you blow up a foundation is everything that stands on top of the foundation, there we go, it just gets vaporized. It's gone. So all the amount of work you put into building wall after wall after wall and upgrading said walls and everything that is on top of that, it's going to be destroyed completely. Simply because the foundation has been blown up. And it doesn't take a lot of explosives to do so. You don't necessarily need C4, you can do the same thing with a couple of TNTs or even crafted explosives. So just to get the point across even further, I'm just going to blow up 2 foundations now. And the people who play this game for a while, they will know how long it takes to upgrade things like that. Okay, this is like, it's taking a while. So yeah, there you go. That is basically, I'd say 70% destroyed, right? And all of that has been achieved by simply blowing up a couple of foundations. So yeah, the balance seems to be a little bit off here. This is just another example. So this is level 4, this is bricks, and it's going to take the people a lot of time to upgrade to that level, especially when it's more than just a few base parts. But the same thing applies here too. If you blow up the brick foundation, everything on top of that is going to come down regardless. And it doesn't take as many explosives as you might think it will. A brick foundation has got 800 HP, so you are going to require 2 C4 to blow that up, or a couple of TNT. So that structure is 6 levels high, that's 6 by 4. Now think about that. The amount of time and work you have to put in to upgrade all of this versus the amount of time the raiders have to put in to blow all of that up doesn't really make sense to me. Now, my suggestion would be to increase the health points of the foundations significantly. That is going to make it less attractive to blow that up, and it's going to save a lot of base parts and time. The foundations don't really protect anything. Here, all of that gone in an instant. So yeah, by increasing the health points of the foundations, this could be solved easily. The last thing I want to talk about is the radiated city in Sector C0. The place looks awesome. The atmosphere is just on point, especially at nighttime. The city itself distinguishes itself very, very nicely from the other places on the island. In order to get here, you have to acquire a radiation suit, otherwise you are just going to die. The entire place oozes atmosphere of beloved titles like Stalker. There's just one issue with it. There's nothing special about it apart from the fact that you need a radiation suit to even come here in the first place. In the end, you are going to find the same items you are going to find all over the map. There is nothing unique about it. So people don't really have a motivation to come here. Now, I don't know what the developers intend to do with the place at a later point in the game, but right now, there's a very easy way to motivate players to come here and make it worthwhile. All you would have to do is increase or enable spawns for certain rare items in the game, like C4 parts or maybe even an M82, which is very hard to acquire. The power plant mechanic is working so nicely because it offers a very unique item that you can only acquire there, which is uranium, and you need uranium in order to craft crap ammo or sell it for a huge profit. It would be very nice to see something special about this place too. So yeah, that's basically it from me here. I hope you all have a great day or night. and I'm sure we are going to see each other at some point in the future. Until then, see you soon, and bye bye.